to the flow.
Hello everyone and welcome to Pucks and Polishes episode number 25. I can't believe I talked my co-host into doing another one of these. I'm Blake. Let me bring on my sleepy but beautiful co-host, Mandy. How you doing?
I'm sleepy.
You know what's funny? And a lot of people don't know this on this side of the on this network. It used to be very difficult to get Mandy behind this microphone to do a show once every 6 months. And now you all people are getting a bunch of shows in the matter of a couple of weeks. Getting a bunch of shows here.
So, you're welcome.
So, this is a list that me and Mandy did before. This actually might be the third time we're doing this. It's like a yearly tradition for us. We talk about women's wrestling and our top 5 list, women's wrestlers, and now it's current wrestling.
Yes.
Current roster.
Not all time.
Not all time, and I believe the all-time list went up on the archive a couple of weeks, sometime at the end of August, so you can hear that, by the way. We had a couple of an all-time list that went up at the end of August on the archive side, so you can hear that. So, what is our criteria going into this one, honey? Did you have a criteria for this?
I believe we went with Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Lucha, and Impact.
I believe we did. I don't watch Impact anymore, so that really is. That's just not for me anymore. But I mainly stuck with the WWE NXT lists, and I went with, for me, it's mostly the talent side of things and just the looks, because I think everyone would know what my number already knows what my number one is when it comes to my girl. That's obvious, but we'll get to that later. But I based this also on the talent and the characters that they play, and pretty much, and you'll understand that when I get to my top 5. We'll do this like we always do, 5 to 2, and then honorable mentions in number 1.
Sure.
Like we always do. All right, honey, let's start at number 5. Who you got at number 5 for your current your current women's wrestlers list?
My number 5 is actually the reason why I added Lucha to our requirements or qualifications.
Yes.
And I am going to go with Ivelisse.
I'm not surprised. Friend of the show, Ivelisse, had her interviewed her twice. Very cool, very, very cool person. And the fact that she did an interview with me on her birthday and didn't tell me until the end of the show was her birthday, which was really nice. So, very, really cool person. Why Ivelisse? I know you've always liked her from back at the beginning of Lucha.
She's a bad Latina bitch.
Baddest bitch in the building, as she eloquently puts it.
I think that's all there really is to it. From one bad Latina bitch to another, you get on with yourself, girl.
And it took me a while to see, and I saw pictures that she is definitely hot. I can't even argue that. She's extremely hot.
She is.
But and she was the first woman to ever main event Lucha Underground for the Lucha Underground Championship. That's a very big deal. So, she wasn't the first woman to win it, but she was the first woman to win with Sexy Star. She won the Lucha Underground Championship the first time. A whole 1 week championship reign. Sorry, that really pissed me off in Lucha Underground. I really stopped paying attention after that reign was over. I really stopped paying attention. When Johnny Mundo became champion is when I really stopped watching Lucha Underground. Anyway, my number 5 is NXT. It's actually the newest name on here. And I had a hard time jumping around here because I was torn between 2 people. But she is part of Sanity on the NXT roster, and she's a crazy bitch. That's the only way to put it. And she openly admits that on the air. And that would be Nikki Cross. She's a fucking badass bitch. There's no other way of putting it. I have never seen a woman, maybe since Lita, that puts her body in such harm all the fucking time. Like, she's climbing ladder. I remember it was the Fatal 4-Way where she got thrown through a table because they wanted to throw her through a table. It wasn't the finish. They just threw her through a table. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I will tell you, if you want to see an awesome match, watch the last woman standing match between Asuka and Nikki Cross. It was a war. An absolute war, and it actually made me look at Asuka a different way. It was a war of a match. Like, I didn't expect that from those two women, and they made it to NXT with that. It was amazing. So, back to you, honey. What do you got?
My number 4, we won't talk about her much here because she'll be mentioned later in the list. But my number 4 is the Hugger Bailey.
Oh, my girl. So, yeah, we'll bring her up later because I'll be bringing her up later because, well, whatever. Actually, it's funny. I have 3 women over there that are on my list that are on our little setup over there. So, all right, boss, this one's for you. Number 4, and this is an interesting one because it's not even that I think she's even that hot, but I think her character is one of the best characters on TV right now, and that's Alexa Bliss. She's come from the little sprite, like, I don't even know what the hell she was. Literally a sprite, I think, on NXT, where she was coming out with pixie dust and all this kind of stuff. She joins up with the Revival, and something clicked. And now, what is she? Like, ever seen Charlotte turn face, the number one heel in the business, number one heel in WWE right now when it comes to women? And she's really good. She's really fucking good.
Yeah, she's actually one of my honorable mentions.
She surprised me. She's one of these women that surprised me this year. Like, I didn't expect much out of her because she didn't really do much in NXT, and now she's a 3-time women's champion. I never expected that. So I'm actually kind of surprised by her. Any other thoughts on Alexa?
No, she's definitely surprised me. I really like her character. I love listening to her talk.
Her cadence is amazing. I don't know how someone her age could do that creative cadence.
Yeah.
So, all right, back to you, babe.
My number 3 is my Chocolate Thunder, Naomi.
Are we looking at our list together?
No, why?
Number 3 for me is Naomi.
Oh, really?
The Queen of the Glow.
Honestly,
I'm not joking. I'm not even joking. But this list was made weeks ago. Yeah, Naomi and me were on the same list here with number 3 for Naomi. Go ahead, talk about your girl. You love Naomi. You always have.
I have loved Naomi, forever, like Blake just said, and I think that she is probably one of the best athletes, save maybe Charlotte.
Charlotte's a whole different category too, though.
In the women's division.
And her entrance is unreal. That glow entrance is still... I still get in awe of that entrance.
Her glow entrance is amazing. I love the fact that she took the time to really build that character from nothing into what it is.
And we started on Total Divas.
Exactly.
Well, full disclosure, we watch Total Divas. We do watch it. I'm looking forward to the new season. Now with the new cast and everything. So.
I think she's unreal. I think she's gorgeous. I love her husband.
And it's funny is they're playing 2 completely different characters right now on TV. Yeah. She's the one of the biggest fan favorites on SmackDown, next to maybe Becky Lynch. Mm-hmm. And then you have her husband, who is the biggest heel tag team in the company right now.
I definitely have a couple crush on them. I think she's amazing. I think she's gorgeous and dead ass though.
And she's someone that's come a long way.
She really has.
She was a Funkadactyl.
Yeah,
she was a Funkadactyl, and now she was the SmackDown Women's Champion since WrestleMania.
Suck it, Cameron.
Cameron, who I have no idea what's going on with her anymore. I have no idea what's going on with her career. She went to go do music, and then she faded off the face of the planet, I think, at this point. So, well, in that case, since I already know my number 3, let's go to number 2. Go right ahead.
All right. So obviously my number 1 and my number 2 is very difficult for me to choose between the two of them. However, for personal reasons, I had to make my number 1 my number 1. So my number 2 is one last kicker. Miss Becky Lynch.
And my number 2 is Becky. She's amazing. And I was saying she's like the most popular woman it's not being really used well on SmackDown right now.
Becky, by far, has always been my favorite of the 4 horsewomen since NXT days.
And it's amazing she's the only one that didn't win the championship at NXT. She's the only one.
Exactly.
It's weird when you look back. Then again, she didn't really find her character till the end of the NXT run, and then when she jumped on them, she was leading SmackDown there for her and AJ Styles were the two reasons people were watching SmackDown for a while at the end of last year.
I unfortunately never got my picture of Becky and Dean together.
No. You were the basic part was there was a time where Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles were all in the top main events for weeks
And
and
I was
months.
happy.
It was an amazing time on SmackDown at that moment.
I think Becky is absolutely gorgeous. I think she is an amazing performer. She has
You love her puns too.
Yes, she has charisma that is uncanny.
And she has the fans. And she's
Yeah.
like I said, she's a fan favorite. Like it's ridiculous how much she loved.
She's spunky, she's feisty, fiery,
And she's an amazing wrestler. She's
Yes.
just an amazing wrestler.
Her suplexes are insane. Her submission hold, crazy. She's versatile. I feel like there are very few wrestlers out there like Becky.
I don't remember women wrestler that threw that kind of suplexes.
I know.
She's one of the best I've ever seen throw
The
suplexes women.
Bexplex is insane.
Yeah, and she does it like just out of nowhere sometimes. She almost makes Brock Lesnar's suplexes look crazy.
And
look tame sometimes.
the disarm her. Disarm her
her puns sometimes
I love
drive
her
me
puns.
crazy. Her puns drive me
I
nuts.
just think she's adorable.
Have you ever listened to Becky and Jericho on
No.
Jericho's podcast? The last half hour the entire interview is them trying to outpun each other. The entire hour plus interview is the two of them trying to outpun each other, and they had almost like a pun count going on to the entire interview. They got up to like 30, 40 puns by the end of the interview. It was bad.
That's fantastic.
So I'm talking to. I don't remember when it was, but it was a really funny interview. So yes, Becky's amazing. So auto mentions. I have 3. What do you have?
I think we only allowed each other 3.
3?
So
You asked me a question earlier, and I edited it out of here so people didn't hear because we were off mic. Where's Sasha? And my issue was because I wanted to include Nikki Cross. I had to come between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. And at the time when I wrote this, Alexa was standing out more for me. So she made it into this, and Sasha was in the honorable. I love Sasha Banks. I have loved her. I love her better as a heel, though. That's my personal opinion. The boss character in NXT, in my opinion, was amazing. I've always said that. What do you think?
I kind of like this Bailey love.
Sasha.
That womance thing going on.
But do you think it's going to lead to a feud down the road?
Yes.
You think it's going to? I have a weird feeling it's going to be a WrestleMania. That's what people are thinking, especially now that Bailey's hurt. Because a lot of people thought that was going to be a SummerSlam match before they went with this weird Alexa Sasha thing. So
Yeah, I think Sasha's going to turn on Bailey when Bailey tries to come back for the belt.
yes, and I have no problem with that. I'd love this. If anyone knows their feud in NXT, it was epic, absolutely epic. So, and if you haven't seen their feud in NXT, go back and watch their NXT Takeover Brooklyn 1, the first one. Their match was absolutely epic. One of the best matches I've ever seen. I have Nia Jax, who I know you're probably get to in a few minutes. I'm not going to bother. And I have the longest reigning women's champion since Fabulous Moolah in the history of the company, and that's Asuka, who I was iffy on Asuka. I'm not a big international wrestling person, except for Shinsuke and people like that, because I knew about it and followed in Japan better. But Asuka was a weird one to me. I didn't know much about her, and then I watched her, and then it kind of got a little stale. And then lately, beginning of this year, it became wow, a woman to watch. With Asuka. What do you think, baby?
Yeah.
You don't watch NXT as much as I do either. That's kind of the thing, you know?
Yeah, Asuka's talented. I'd like to see what she does when she eventually does make it up to the main roster.
And she's coming. She is on the way. So, what do you think she's going to do on Raw SmackDown? That's the question right now. Raw SmackDown. Hopefully the answer hasn't already happened by the time we air this episode, but...
Raw.
I'm on SmackDown. I think she's going to be... there's a rumor going around, and you're not going to like this rumor. You're not going to like this one. If they put the belt on Nat